I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna hurt David Morrell as much as possible. More than anybody's ever hurt him and more than anybody will hurt. He's never gonna forget David Benavidez after this fight.
Whoa!
I'm gonna beat the shit out.
Listen, my foot, you know enough.
The rivalry between David Benavidez and David Morrell has been building for some time, and it's now reaching a boiling point. What began with them tossing belts at each other has quickly escalated into a war of words. What started as a potential matchup between two elite light heavyweights has now turned into a battle of pride, respect, and personal animosity. It looks like we might finally get the fight we've been waiting for this weekend.
David's going to give him a beating, man. To be honest with you, I think David, is going to stop him maybe like in the 9-10 round. Maybe if he would have just hold on a little bit more like about a year or two. He's a dangerous fighter, though. We're not underestimating him. David's training super hard.
I'm not comparing it to this fight, but it's like the better be of Bivol fight. You can say who you think is going to win. You can't say like, oh man, I'm surprised that Bivol won, or I'm surprised that better be of won. You're like, man, that's a damn good fight. So-and-so won. So kind of how I feel about the David and Canelo.
But it wasn't just about words anymore, it was about defending his name and his honor. Benavidez didn't hold back when it was his turn to speak. I don't care, you disrespected my family, he shot back, February 1st. That was the moment when the true stakes of the fight became clear for everyone to see. It wasn't just about the championship, and it wasn't just a fight in the ring, it was personal. The insults and threats had crossed the line, and now both men were determined to settle the score.
Everybody say they have the boogeyman, like I want to fight the best division is him. So, after me, everybody, it's him, It's simple.
I want to fight the people that they have confidence in themselves, that they think they're going to go in there and knock me out, that they say that I haven't fought somebody like him.
Morrell wasn't about to back down, though. He had a point to make. His whole camp, he said, referring to his intense preparation. All my opponents say I don't have defense, I'm stiff like RoboCop, this and that. Mark my words, all of them end up in the hospital. That's the same thing I'm going to do to David Morrell. Benavidez wasn't just talking about winning, he was talking about domination. I'm going to beat him, put him in the hospital, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, he continued, his words sharp and biting. There was no ambiguity in what he was saying, he was coming for Morrell, and he wasn't planning on leaving anything to chance.
Disrespect at all. What I took as disrespect is the stuff he was saying, that he was being really disrespectful. But other than this, like, these are the type of fighters I want to fight. I want to fight the...
Wasn't intimidated, and was ready to fight no matter what.
Been a lot of bad blood with this build-up because of what's happened at the press conferences. Like, you as a bystander, what'd you make of what happened in Miami?
I wasn't there, that's the thing.
Like, Morrell threw the belt at him, David ducked.
I don't know why the belt. That's something you don't do. What if there would have been, someone say he was a kid or something? If you don't do that, and that's how you know he's not how he says he is. He walks around like he's from the hood, like he's gangster.
But Benavidez didn't let up. He took every opportunity to take a shot at the press conference. Benavidez mocked. All this talk about me being RoboCop, that he's going to knock me out, that I don't have anything. But now look at him, he's scared. He doesn't have anything to say. What's up with all that? You were talking all that trash before, but now you can't even speak. He's all nervous. What happened to all that confidence? Benavidez's words were meant to rattle Morrell, and he wasn't done.
We still got 9 weeks. We won 12 rounds today with these guys animal, man. He did more than that. Animal, 12 rounds. We got some more fucking lines right here working, helping me get ready for David Morrell. So we don't fuck David Morrell. What is it? The second fight?
Undeterred, Morrell responded coolly, after the fight, I'll say, let's go to my house, I'll teach you how to box. It was Morrell's way of showing that, despite the insults, he was confident in his ability to walk out victorious first. I'm super focused on one objective, and that's inflicting damage on David Morrell. Benavidez isn't just aiming for a win, he's targeting an emphatic knockout. His words reflect the kind of self-assurance that only comes from years of experience in the ring.
When it comes to Morrell, we've seen, spots of him. But I really know what he brings to the table. And that's why I think this is going to be a tough fight.
Benavidez sees Morrell's bravado as nothing more than fuel for his fire. This is all more fuel to the flame to go in there and do what I have to do. Now I'm really going to put a beating on him, he states, his tone measured but fiery as he gets ready to confront Morrell's perceived disrespect. He believes Morrell is putting on a tough persona that he'll quickly have to back up. This guy is trying to act hard, but it is what it is. On February 1st, none of this matters. I'm going to break his mouth, Benavidez boldly declares, signaling he's prepared to make his opponent pay for his bravado. Benavidez doesn't hold back when discussing his own abilities. I got the experience, I got the belt, and I got everything I need, he reminds, pointing to his wealth of experience in the ring.
Because he has less muscle, he doesn't get tired. Shout out to his stamina. He has crazy stamina, but Morrell's about to fucking knock lights out, knock his shit loose. And it's gonna be a fucking horrible fucking loss for David Benavidez. He was projecting this for no fucking reason. He told David Morrell, you gonna lose and everybody's gonna forget about you.
Benavidez, this isn't just a fight, it's personal. The thing about this is that it's not fake. We don't like each other. We have everything we need for a great fight, he adds, emphasizing the intense animosity between the two. He makes it clear that Morrell isn't just another opponent, this is a bitter rivalry. Nobody is going to stop me. This is my year, and this is the era of David Benavidez, his words assert, suggesting he's not only aiming to beat Morrell, but to establish his legacy as one of the sport's top fighters, and he's determined to do so with authority. On the other hand, David Morrell is approaching the fight with just as much intensity, already fueling the fire with his trash talk. Morrell feels disrespected by the way Benavidez treated him at their first press conference. He didn't respect me at our first press conference, so I'm giving it back to him. This is my time. I don't need to show him any respect, Morrell says, standing firm in his response. If Benavidez won't respect him, Morrell believes he doesn't owe him any in return. For Morrell, this fight isn't just about fighting for a title, it's about proving a point and showing the world that he belongs at the top. I feel great and I'm very excited to be here in this moment on February 1st, he continues, already feeling the weight and significance of the upcoming battle. Morrell's confidence is unwavering as he gears up for the fight, determined to show Benavidez that his trash talk won't intimidate him. I'm 100% focused in training camp, and I've got great support from my team and my family down to change everything for me. This is my moment, Morrell says, fully aware of the opportunity ahead. He sees this as the defining moment of his career and is ready to seize it to make his name in the sport. For Morrell, it's not just about the title, it's about much more than that. I'm going to have Cuba on my mind when I enter the ring. I'm fighting for my family and for Cuba. Everything in my career has led to this, he explains, giving the fight a deeper personal meaning.
The main theme right now for this fight is that you're the one that's experienced. He has a deep amateur pedigree, but it's you who has the experience. Do you see that fight like this, or do you just see him just as another opponent?
I mean, I don't really see the amateur as any. I don't see that as, this is not an amateur fight. This is professional. This is a championship fight, 12 rounds. So I mean, you might have an advantage, the first 3 rounds.
To do that with Morrell, but I just want you to be right back here.
Morrell is a different animal.
I want you right back here when David beats the shit out of David. You come right back
I'll be here. No, I'll be here when David beat the shit out of David.
Yeah.
Out of walking forward David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Porter, a respected former champion, also weighs in on the fight, giving Benavidez the edge, though he acknowledges the challenge Morrell presents. The thing David Benavidez has over Morrell is his experience and true strength, Porter explains. Both of those guys are big, but I think David Benavidez is a more natural 175-pounder. For Porter, the experience factor is key. Benavidez has faced top-tier competition and come out on top, while Morrell has yet to face an opponent with the same level of skill and resistance. Morrell hasn't had resistance at the pro level, Porter adds, emphasizing that Morrell's previous opponents haven't prepared him for the challenge Benavidez will bring.
Morrell has not had resistance. His fight with Hot Rod, that was a different kind of resistance. That was the resistance of somebody staying away from you, you know what I mean? And him not being able to catch up to him. With Benavidez can bang with him. He's just as fast, he can box with them.
Porter also points out that while Morrell's win over Ravo Katic was impressive, it didn't present the same kind of pressure that Benavidez will bring. Katic is clearly a bigger puncher than Benavidez in terms of single shots, but he wasn't trying to overwhelm Morrell with volume the way the Mexican monster will, Porter notes. This highlights a key difference in their fighting styles. Benavidez will bring relentless pressure, whereas Morrell has yet to face an opponent with that kind of aggression.
Scared.
Despite these insights, Porter remains cautious about predicting a knockout. He acknowledges that Benavidez has shown some vulnerability in previous fights, particularly against the more experienced Alexander Gvozdyk. Benavidez ran out of gas after 8 rounds and got hurt like Gvozdyk in the 12th, Porter points out, suggesting that Benavidez may not have the stamina to outlast Morrell, who has a more youthful and energetic style. With Benavidez, he can bang with him, he's just as fast, and he can box with Morrell, Porter explains, highlighting the unpredictability of the fight.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.